If your Facebook ads aren't working, it's probably not your targeting, it's not your budget, and it's not even your creative. It's a belief you don't even know you're holding. Most coaches running ads right now are operating on 5 lies that the industry quietly accepts as truth. And every one of them is costing money. I've watched coaches spend $3, $5, $10,000 trying to fix surface level problems when the real issue was a belief they picked up from a podcast or a course 2 years ago. So today I'm breaking down all 5 in order. And the third one is the one almost nobody is willing to say out loud. But it's the one I bet most of you are believing right now. Let's get into it. Quick note on me before we go. I help coaches and consultants turn Facebook and Instagram traffic into book calls using systems, not hacks, not luck, not post more. I've spent thousands of hours staring at ad accounts that look great on paper and produce nothing in real life. And what I've learned is that the technical problems are almost never the real problems. The real problems are upstream in what the coach believes about how ads work. So we're going to fix that today. The 5 lies. Each one breaks a different thing about your ads. Each one has a truth on the other side. So pay attention to which one makes you flinch. Those are the ones you're holding. Lie number 1. I just need better targeting. This is the most common one, and it's the most expensive. Every coach who isn't getting results from Facebook ads, the first thing they do is rebuild their audience. New interest, new lookalikes, new stack. They become obsessed with the targeting because targeting feels like the lever they can pull. Here's the truth. In 2026, targeting is the least important variable in your Facebook ads. Meta algorithms have gotten so good at finding buyers that broad targeting often outperforms tight targeting. Your audience is not the problem. Your message is the problem. The algorithm can only show your ad to the right people if the ad itself signals who it's for. Targeting can't save bad copy. Targeting can't save a weak offer. If your ad isn't converting, stop touching the audience. Open the ad and read the first line out loud. If it doesn't name a specific thought already in the head of the person you want to reach, that's the problem. The reframe is not a targeting problem, it's a message clarity problem. Fix the word, the algorithm will find the people. Line number 2, I need a bigger budget for this to work. This one feels true. It feels logical. More money in, more leads out, right? Here's what actually happens. A coach with a broken ad spends $20 a day for 2 weeks, gets nothing, and conclude the budget was too small. So they scale to $50 a day. Same ad, same structure, and they get nothing but faster. Budget doesn't fix ads. The budget amplifies ads. If the ad is working, the budget makes it work bigger. If the ad is broken, the budget makes it lose money faster. The truth is, your first job isn't to scale, it's to prove the unit works. You should be able to run a $10 a day ad and start seeing some signals, something like comments, save, link clicks from the right kind of people within, say, 72 hours, give or take. If those signals aren't there at $10, they will not magically appear at $100. And here's a brutal version of this truth. Most coaches don't have a budget problem. They have a structure problem. They're trying to outspend bad copywriting, and you cannot outspend bad copywriting. Nobody has ever outspent bad copywriting. So the reframe, don't ask, is my budget big enough? Ask, would I bet $10 on this ad converting? If no, the ad isn't ready for $100. Line number 3, if my ad isn't converting, I need a better offer. This one is controversial. The one almost nobody in the coaching space will tell you. The industry has been screaming, your offer is the problem. Hey, I'm guilty too, right? Not going to cap. Every guru, every course, every YouTube ad, make your offer irresistible. And they're shooting it. A bad offer can absolutely kill an ad. But here's what they're not telling you. 9 times out of 10, the offer isn't broken. The positioning of the offer is broken. Same coaching program, 2 different ads. One ad sells it as a transformational journey to rediscover your authentic connection. The other sells it as how to stop feeling like roommates with your husband in 8 weeks without therapy or ultimatums. Same program, same coach. The second outperforms the first by 10 times. Not because the offer changed, but because the language changed. Because how the offer is positioned changed. The lie says, rebuild the offer. The truth says, reposition your offer. Most coaches don't have an offer problem. They have a language problem. They're describing their offer in coach language or coach speak. Transformational, container, journey, holistic. You know the lingo. And they're doing that to an audience that doesn't talk like that. While transformational, container, etc., sounds beautiful in a coaching certification, it says nothing concrete to a woman who's been feeling lonely in her marriage for 2 years. She's not searching for authentic connection. She's searching for, why does my marriage feel like a business arrangement? She's searching for, do I still love my husband? Now here's a reframe. Stop feeling like roommates with your husband. That names the exact thought she's had at 11 p.m. staring at the ceiling. Plus, it does what the original example does. It includes a time frame, 8 weeks, and a risk removal without therapy or ultimatums. Therapy and ultimatums are the 2 things she's terrified of being told to do. So naming them as not required is what closes the buy. The reframe becomes, stop trying to change what you sell, change how you describe what you sell. Position the same offer in language your buyer actually uses, and your ad starts working overnight. This one is the most expensive lie on the list. Coaches will spend months rebuilding offers that didn't need rebuilding, when a 30-minute language overhaul would have fixed the entire problem. Lie number 4, Facebook ads work for some niches and not others. I hear this constantly. Facebook ads don't work for my niche. My niche isn't on Facebook. My people are too high-end for meta ads. Really? This is the lie coaches tell themselves to avoid admitting their ads don't work. Here's the reality. Facebook and Instagram have about 4 billion users combined. Your audience is on there. My niche doesn't work on Facebook line is almost always a coach who ran one campaign, didn't convert, and concluded the platform was wrong, when actually the approach was wrong. I have seen Facebook ads work for relationship coaches selling 5K marriage intensives, executive coaches selling 30K 6-month engagements, health coaches selling $200 programs, fitness coaches selling $90 challenges, niche, gut health, ADHD coaching, fertility coaching, divorce coaching, grief coaching, money mindset coaching, sales coaching, public speech coaching, voice coaching, all of them, all working, all on Facebook and Instagram. What doesn't work is the approach that says, I'll run a generic ad, send some people to a generic landing page, and just hope the right ones convert. That doesn't work for any niche. It's not a niche problem, it's a precision problem. The reframe, there's no such thing as a niche that Facebook doesn't work for. There's only ads that aren't precise enough for the niche they're serving. Stop blaming the platform. Tighten the precision. Line number 5. If I just keep tweaking, eventually it will work. This is a deep one. And I want you to sit with it for a second, because this is the one that quietly destroys more coaching business than any others. Here is how it goes. You launch an ad, it doesn't work. You change the image, still doesn't work. You change the headline, still doesn't work. You change the targeting, still doesn't work. You change the budget, still doesn't work. You change the offer, still doesn't work. And the whole time you're telling yourself, I just haven't found the right combination yet. If I keep tweaking, eventually one of these tests will hit. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, it won't. Because you're not testing the right variable. You're tweaking components of an ad that was structurally broken from the start. You can't tweak a broken structure into a working one. You can paint a sinking ship 100 different colors, it still sinks. This is the lie that kills coaching businesses, because it feels productive. Every tweak feels like progress. Every test feels like you're learning. But what's actually happening is you're spending money to confirm the same broken structure doesn't work over and over and over. The truth, if your ad has been running for 2 weeks and isn't producing results, the problem is not at the surface. The problem is structural. Stop tweaking and go back to the foundation. Rebuild your ad with the 5 parts I broke down in Monday's video. Pattern, interrupt, hook, paid mirror, bridge, proof, one action CTA. Then test variations within that structure. Tweaking before the structure is right is just an expensive way to feel busy. The reframe. If your ad isn't working after 2 weeks, the variable to test is the structure itself, not the components inside it. Okay, those are the 5 lies. So let's lock them in. 1, it's not your targeting, it's your message. 2, budget doesn't fix ads, it amplifies them. 3, you don't need a new offer. You need new language for the same offer. 4, there's no such thing as a niche that doesn't work on Facebook. There's only ads that aren't precise enough. And 5, tweaking won't save a broken structure. You have to rebuild the foundation. Every one of these lies feel true on the surface. That's why they survive. The coaches who break through aren't the ones with bigger budgets or better targeting. They're the ones who stopped believing the lies and started fixing the right things. The reason I built this channel is because I watched too many good coaches, people with real expertise, real heart, real ability to change life, quit because their ads didn't work. And it broke me. Because most of them didn't have an ad problem. They had a belief problem. They believed the lies, fixed the wrong things, ran out of money, and concluded they weren't cut out for this. So, if you take one thing from this video, take this. Ads aren't magic. They're systems, and systems can be learned. The coaches who win aren't more talented than you. They just stop chasing the wrong variables. If you want the actual ad structure that fixes most of these problems, it's in my last video, the 5-part Facebook ad that books coaching calls. That's the structural foundation these lies are usually hiding behind. So go ahead and watch that next. And if you want to keep going down this road, I'm building this channel for coaches who want the real systems behind a fully booked business. Subscribe so the next one lands in your feed. Next week, I'm breaking down the complete lead gen system that runs behind ads like these. How the leads get captured, follows up with them, and turns them into book calls without you manually chasing every single one. All right, that's us for today. This is Coach Chris saying to you, write your own destiny. I'll see you in the next one.